Recently, my gaming life has been plagued by purely competitive games, and while I do find them fun and I like having a nice competitive outlet, it's been not great, and it is all I've been playing, and it has done irreparable damage to my psyche. So when I started seeing ads and videos about this new game, Helldivers 2, I was really excited. I had never heard about the series before, I didn't know who the developer was, but it looked like a lot of fun. So when it did come out, I ended up buying it for my wife, my brother, and myself. And then later, me and my brother went halfsies on buying it for my best friend. So I ended up buying a total of 3.5 copies of this game just so I had people to play with. And let me just say, the fact that I had to eat instant ramen for the rest of the month was well worth it. As soon as I booted up the game, I was hooked. The intro cinematic got me all riled up and ready to spread democracy. And the base armor set looks super cool, and then there's a ton of other armor sets that you can get for free just from playing the game. And that's what I've been needing, damn it. It has been too long since I've had a good game with free unlockable armor sets. Now, while I was blown away at first, I was also skeptical. It's a PvE shooter. That is not typically what I play. I play a lot of PvP. So I was worried that after spending the money to buy 3.5 copies of this game, that I was going to get bored of it super quickly and end up stop playing. This concern ended up being completely squashed though. Every time me and my friends have booted up this game, we end up having a bunch of fun, and I don't see that ending anytime soon. It honestly reminds me a little bit of the COD Zombie days. You know, the late nights, getting to high rounds, very poorly trying to complete the Easter eggs. And while I have a lot of nostalgia for COD Zombies, if I'm being honest, this game is a lot more fun. As it stands now, Call of Duty Zombies is really old, I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I love it, but this game right now is way more fun. I was just using that as kind of like a comparison of what it feels like to play this game with my friends. But there's a lot that goes into making it so much fun. The amount of enemy types, the armory of weapons, the stratagems, it all comes together to just make this perfect video game soup that I can't get enough of. I'm just slurping it up like... Give me more soup. I also love experimenting with the weapon drop stratagems with my friends, all taking in different ones. One of us the rocket launcher, one the grenade launcher, another the machine gun, so on and so forth, and seeing what weapon combinations work best with what type of enemies, and switching off who takes the lead based on what weapon they have for what situation. It's a ton of fun. Although it would be a little bit more fun if I could actually use the weapon I dropped instead of instantly being killed by my own teammate, Simon. It's been a long time since I've had a game that's just pure chaotic fun. No worrying about each other's ranks and whether or not we can play together, KD ratios, rank up and D-rank games, and skill-based matchmaking, none of that. It's just none of the stress and all of the fun. There definitely is stress though, but it's a different kind of stress. It's a stress that enhances the game and makes it more fun. Unlike Valorant, where the stress in Valorant just makes me want to uninstall myself. But with Helldivers, the stress of being the last alive, getting overwhelmed by enemies while you're low health, sprinting and diving to try to create some distance and get some cover, panickingly healing yourself to try to live, calling in an airstrike right on your feet, and sprinting as fast as you can just in hopes that it doesn't kill you so you can call your friends back in. It is such an exhilarating experience, and I haven't gotten that from a video game in a long time. And while we're talking about fun, the liberation percentages and all the planets add so much to the game. The fact that all the players are working together for this one common goal is so cool. We're all in this together, and we all see the same planets being liberated and attacked and losing ground and gaining ground. I've even seen people on TikToks make entire accounts completely dedicated to Helldivers 2 and relaying information about what planets are being liberated, which ones we're falling behind on, where we have a lot of players, where we don't have enough players, where players should be focusing their attention. And it's really cool to see that. And you even see some players taking that information and adjusting their playstyle or adjusting where they're playing in accordance with these videos. And it's just really cool seeing this community come together and work together like that. And this just shows how fun and community driven this game is. Now, of course, the game and the community are not perfect. There's the occasional bugs, like the bug with the mech where if you turn too sharply and fire the missile, you blow yourself up. There was a weird situation with the community where there's a bunch of players talking about the meta, and if you don't use the meta, you're throwing and you deserve to be kicked. There was a bunch of nerfs to a bunch of weapons. There was members of the community complaining about the hardest difficulty being too hard, even though isn't that the point of the hardest difficulty? To be hard? And the devs getting in a bit of trouble for responding in a completely justified manner to these members of the community. And then after that, the devs saying that you shouldn't be depending on your weapons and you should be depending on your stratagems. Well, each stratagem has like a 2 to 5 minute cooldown. I need to be able to depend on my weapons while my stratagems are on cooldown. There's no point in having guns in your shooter game if the guns don't work. So that statement by it was one or some of the devs, it was just kind of word of mouth. I didn't see it personally, but I heard about that and that just struck me as kind of weird. So all that put simply, I know this game and the community are not perfect, but nothing is. And while not being perfect, it is a damn good game and damn good experience. Even with the few bugs and the community controversies, if you can even call them that, this game feels like a very nice breath of fresh air, and I don't see myself stepping away from it anytime soon. Now, I know things can change. How I feel about the game may change, my friends may get tired of it and stop playing, and the fun of playing with them will be gone, or something else could happen. Who knows? Maybe the devs run it into the ground, maybe the community gets so toxic it's unbearable to play. Who knows what's gonna happen? But for now, while I have Helldivers 2, and I have amazing friends and family to play it with, I'm gonna savor every moment I have with this game and my friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, I greatly appreciate it, and I would love it even more if you left a like and subscribed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear about your guys' experience with the game and the community and just how it's gone for you. And with all that being said, have a fantastic week and see you later.